Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco 7160DC-2060. This is a mortise dummy cylinder is what it is. This is just nothing other than a blank mortise cylinder, really used to just finish off, clean off, or fill in a hole left where there was once a cylinder, or maybe a hole drilled in a place where it was incorrectly drilled. And sometimes the most practical way to mitigate that problem is to just put a filler in it, a mortise dummy cylinder. Just blank, no cam on the back. It's really just a chunk of brass is what it is. Now, 7160 in the part number specifically means it's a mortise cylinder, but it means it's 1 inch in length. Mortise cylinders are measured from the underside of the head to the back of the cam. In absence of this having a cam, it's measured to the back side of the cylinder plug. There are indeed different lengths. The 7150 is a little bit shorter at 15/16. The 7180 is 1 1/8. The 7200 is 1 1/4. And those are the 4 different lengths. Threads on the back will allow you to install this into the lock that this is going into, or perhaps using a cash box nut or a threaded cylinder nut that you might use to install this to fill off an exit device that has a keyed alarm. You've removed the keyed alarm because you've centralized the alarm on that door or the system in the building. You would blank that off using this and a cash box nut or one that you already have. You would use this to close off a here's a scenario. You've got an aluminum door to a restaurant. The door swings out, so that's okay. The inspector says, well, you've got a cylinder on the inside of the door. That means someone could come and lock it. And let's remove that and fill the hole. You would fill the hole with a cylinder like this. Now, that's not code really for emergency egress. However, it could potentially be approved by the local inspector that has authority over that area. So you'd see a scenario like that as well. And it's used in those instances where you need to just close a hole off is where you're going to really see this. Occasionally you've got a contractor who has wood doors and mortise locks, and rather than drilling all the doors for left-hand reverse, they drill them all for left-hand and put the hole on the wrong side of the door is where you'll see this as well. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website as well. This dummy cylinder is going to be available in all the common finishes: your brasses, your bronze, your chromes, oil rubbed, a Duracolor, which would be a very complementary finish to a dark bronze as well. Also on that link to the manufacturer's page, you'll see a link to the Kaba Ilco key blank catalog, which is an incredibly resourceful sort of document that will help you identify Kaba Ilco key blanks. And then finally, there's a link, speaking of storefront hardware, to the Kaba Ilco's relatively new line of hardware, their storefront hardware catalog: dead latches, hook bolts, and dead bolts, and levers, and paddles. Obviously, their line of cylinders quite exquisitely complements all of that. A fresh take on aluminum storefront hardware, so if you have more than an occasional need for that, by all means review that material. If you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 7160 DC in a 2060 finish, 1 inch mortise dummy cylinder, or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.